I also missed his package pile driver. His package pile driver is one of the best package pile drivers I've seen executed in professional wrestling. Why are you laughing at that?
Just
It's
the
a
way you
good
said it.
freaking move.
No, it's just the way you said it. You missed his
That I
package.
missed his package?
Pile
Come
driver.
on. Andre, focus here. We're focusing on the
I'm
wrestling.
sorry. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NJPW Puroresu Review here on Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here is the beautiful Melball, my co-host. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing great, Andre. I just spent like an hour and a half trying to look good for this stream and almost forgot about my hair. It's been an incredible week, though, man. We have been catching up on some amazing wrestling. We've got some NJPW to break down, and my goodness, we got some debuts, some reviews, some hullabaloos that we need to talk about. How are you doing, though?
I'm doing pretty well. I've had a rough couple weeks here, just stuff coming up in my personal life, but I'm finally catching back up, getting excited, getting really excited about wrestling again. I got to see some great professional wrestling like a week and so ago with my friends at Beercade, watching the AEW pay-per-view and catching back up on some great New Japan with and talking with you about it. And then this Tuesday, tomorrow, I'm going to be on OLE on Taking Over with OLED. So I get to talk some non-Japanese professional wrestling. So I'm excited.
Something we haven't done on Andre and Melballs in a long time, since our first initial like meeting together, working together on Forbidden Door last year at Beercade with Backbreaker Video.
Even that was Japanese wrestling.
Even
that was technically Japanese
Clearly,
wrestling.
we have a wrestling problem, my friend. And what a problem to have.
I love this problem. But we are going to get into it. We're here to talk about the first two full shows of the New Japan Cup and two matches from the anniversary show for the New Japan Cup. We are going to be covering the New Japan Cup here. Another big tournament is coming out of Triangle Derby, going into New Japan Cup, then into Cinderella tournament. There's tournaments, baby.
Oi, oi, oi. Always a tournament with these guys. Always something for Melball to be working on. But you know what? I live for it. I live for it, and I love it.
It gives me something to be inspired by. We get the New Japan Cup. We'll start on March the 5th, and we started out with Ryohei Oiwa and Tama Tonga taking on TMDK's Kosei Fujita and Zack Sabre Jr. Champion versus champion in this match with Tama Tonga and his never openweight title versus Sabre and the TV title. And I'm thinking it was Chris Charlton made a mention this potentially could be a semi-final match if both Tama and Sabre make it through the respective blocks of the semi-final. These two could end up in the semi-final together.
And what a match that would be.
I hope that was a hint. I really do.
Oh, Chris Charlton giving away subtle hints for us in the commentary for us all the time. That would be incredible. That would actually be incredible to see how Tama has grown and just kind of evolved in the last couple of years into what it is that he is. Then having Zack Sabre Jr., the new attitude and just kind of swagger that he has with TMDK and now the TV champion. I would really like to see that showdown. I don't know who I think would want to win in that situation. This match,
Sabre.
What was that?
It's for me. It's Sabre.
Of course, right? Team DMDK. With this match, though, the Young Lions very much kind of on display in this guy. Fujita, man, like I love the Ichiban Sweet Boy, but man, ooh, that attitude. I'm absolutely loving it. Really taking on that TMDK mentality, having that kind of almost superiority kind of complex with Oiwa. Poor Mr. Mullet Oiwa getting very upset with him. He clobbered Fujita a number of times. I feel like those were maybe some receipts for some of the ish that's been going on behind the scenes with those guys. But in the end there, Oh, that Fujita submitting Oiwa with that sweet boy lock.
The double wrist lock. I don't
It's a
know why you're
sweet
calling
boy lock.
Is that
It's a
I
sweet
heard I heard Chris Charlton say the double wrist lock.
I
So
don't care what Chris Charlton calls it. We call it the sweet boy lock because
I
that's the
don't
Ichiban sweat boy.
I don't know what this call. I don't know who calls it that. For sure, it's not going to be me. I can tell you
It
that
is
right now.
me.
That is
All
you.
me. All
But
day, every
he
day
did
me.
put him down with the double wrist lock, otherwise known as the Kimura. An absolutely tremendous match.
Sweet
There was a
boy
great spot
lock.
there's a great spot at the start of this where Sabre Tom Tonga goes for a gun stun and Sabre just like stuffs it and puts him right into the Cobra twist, but then Tama, just the smoothness, just flips Sabre over out of the Cobra twist. And I'm like, how is great, like smooth wrestling from both these guys to block the gun sign into it and then slip out of the Cobra twist like that. Absolutely awesome. Fujita really picking up the technical aspects. You can really see it from training with Sabre Jr. I absolutely love it. And Tama Tonga, I literally wrote this down. His smoothness and the transitioning from move to move and how he flows in between everything with absolute ease is absolutely tremendous. This guy's a goddamn star, and I like. It's weird to say. I wish he was 10 years younger because then this company would put the title on him. This man's 39 or 40 now. If he was 29, turning 30, I think New Japan would be like, okay, this is the guy to take it from Okada. I still think he could, but again, he's turning 40. I don't think the company's going to put the main title on him. That's the only disappointment for me personally.
I mean, better late than never, right? I mean, let's hope that the growth that Tama has been showing us in the last couple of years continues to go forward into this year. Maybe we could actually get that changed and see him going against Okada for that title and carrying that title. I feel like Tama would be actually a really great representation for kind of stepping in NJPW into the North American kind of market with someone who can talk the way Tama does. So it will be interesting to see how this kind of turns out. In the meantime, I think he needs to focus on that technical prowess of Zack Sabre Jr. there. I personally would love to see this in the finals.
Me
Love
too.
to see this in the
Well, this would
finals.
be a semi-final match, but the way Chris said, it'd be a
Hey,
semi-final.
I mean, whatever. I would still love to see it. Just give it to me.
I want it there. But we're going to move on to an 8-man tag match. 6 or 9s, Master Wato and Ryusuke Taguchi, Red Narita, and Shota Umino taking on House of Torture. Yeah, those guys. Same shit off the hop. House of Torture jumped the opponents, but Narita fought back and dominating Evil with the strikes and kicks and getting that beautiful DDT style suplex with the bridge for 2. I love me some Narita. I think this guy's absolutely tremendous. He is the best young lion to come up in a lot of years to come back from his excursion. I think this guy is going to be an absolute star for this company. He is the heir apparent to the Katsuyori Shibata throne, and I think it's only a matter of maybe a couple years before he has the world title on him. I think they're going to Okada him and push him to the top young, like they did with
100%.
Okada. Because Okada's 33, 32, and he's been on top since 2012. So, yeah. So I could see them doing the same thing with Narita here. And Narita's, I think, slightly bit older than that. So than what Okada was when he got his push to the top. And I really see it. I love seeing Evil getting hit in the head with Taguchi's bum. So good. So good. But I will give a highlight to Yujiro here. That Fisherman Brainbuster that he does is technically perfect. As much as I hate on House Torture for a lot of things, Takahashi, as slow as he is, as plotting as he is, he's technically so goddamn good. And that Fisherman Brainbuster is so good.
It's so funny that you bring that up because I remember bringing it up a few videos ago, and you were like, "No, no." I was like, "You need to admit it is picture perfect."
It is. I think I was just on my at that point watching so much House of Torture. At that point, I think I took a couple of weeks off from watching wrestling, other than what I wanted to really, really, really watch, and I think it's kind of refreshed me, especially watching House of Torture. I'm not as jaded on them anymore. But
that's fair.
in the end, Wato rolls Togo up and then transition into the Vendaval, which is a head scissors crucifix choke, and gets the submission victory.
You know what I absolutely loved about this match, Andre, is that you look at the teams. You got House of Torture, which is not what we want to focus on. We got the other team here, which is a kind of mismatch combo breaker, I'm going to say, of like Hantai. We got three former Lions, all three guys in this team who were young Lions when I started watching,
Yeah,
like
they're
about 6-7 years ago.
aren't
Because
they
when
all
I
the same
started
year?
watching, Kurwato was still a young Lion. And then Ren Narita, Shota Umino were still there. Kurwato left, I think, about 3 or 4 months after I started watching New Japan regularly. But it warms my heart to see that in a matter of like 5 or 6 years, these three men have gone from being the dojo boys, the black trunk wearers with no personality, all doing the same Boston Crab, all doing the same holds, to now look at these guys. You got Kurwato, Master Wato, who is now this like lucha genius, pulling out all these really cool lucha moves, technical moves, submissions. You got Ren Narita, who is arguably like almost Zack Sabre Jr. level of technical like prowess. It's just brilliant. And then you have Shota Umino, who is like, again, the young 20-year-old Hiroshi Tanahashi now, the up-and-coming ace of this company. It's so insane to see them have started in the same place, gone out into these little branches, come back to NJPW, and they're just so completely different, but still the same. I love it. It was a very sentimental match for me, because even though it was House of Torture, I chose not to focus on House of Torture and focus on that sentimental aspect of the young Lions are all back, and it made me happy.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. Like I chose to just really look at the three young guys who I'm a big fan of, Narita and Wato. Umino, I like him, don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be a star, but I'm not quite like super behind the guy yet. Like I
Okay.
support him and I'm all for him being pushed. But again, I don't think I've really connected with this character yet. Where Narita from the I watched him on Strong. I was so behind him there. From the day he came back to the company, I'm like, I want this guy to be top. And Wato has really built himself to me being one of the top juniors in the company that I really want to see succeed. So, although the
100%.
picture, if you look at the picture of Wato, makes him look a little chubby, which he is not.
I'm
a
not
chubby
even gonna lie, he
fella.
looks a little constipated.
That too.
Like he's pinching it in.
Yeah.
But then you look at Nakashima in this one and you just go, woo, okay.
Yeah.
Someone found the
But
electrical socket.
Nakashima is kind of chubby, so it doesn't look weird. But
To be fair, I think he's bulking right now to
Oh
go
yeah.
through an extreme lean out, and he's going to end up looking like
Oh,
Hikuleo.
he's gonna look shredded as hell. But
Yes.
we get on to the next match of the evening. It is Bullet Club's the returning Chase Owens, Gedo, and Kenta taking on Strong Styles, El Desperado, and Minoru Suzuki. Also with the Yuto Nakashima. Kenta walking out holding that New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, showing that shit off. And Mel, I know you were very happy to see Chase Owens back in New Japan.
I was. And you know what? Just to get into this, you remember I was mentioning before in his last run, he seemed a little moody. He seemed a little unhappy to be there. His commentary wasn't up to the same level that it usually is that we expect of him. He has I don't know what he found. I maybe some kind of like drive or something in Texas there, but he's come back with a vengeance, and he was all up in everybody's shit this match. If there was somebody in the ring, he was in their face and he was just running his mouth. I loved the energy that he was just bringing into this. It was fantastic. I also missed his package pile driver. His package pile driver is one of the best package pile drivers I've seen executed in professional wrestling. Why are you laughing at that? It's a good freaking move.
No, it's just the way you said it. You missed his package.
I missed his package?
Pile
Come
driver.
on. Andre, focus here. We're focusing on the wrestling.
I'm sorry.
He has a picture perfect package pile driver that he hit on Nakashima, Mr. Mr. Spiky Hair there. But man, this match was very intense. Getting back to the rest of the match, I mean, having Chase Owens back was just a dream. But like Kenta and Suzuki, not happy with each other, beating the holy hecking crap out of each other, and it brings me back to like some of the videos that I've seen of them back in the day, where they're just smacking the holy hell and crap out of each other, and I'm kind of like hoping to get back to that and see
Oh,
that match come down. Honestly,
ooh.
forgot that Gedo and Desperado were in the match for a bit.
Yeah. I don't think you got a lot of Gedo and Desperado other than Gedo taking some shots from people and stuff. Same with Desperado. He wasn't in this match much. I
Mm-mm.
don't have any, I don't think I have any notes for Desperado in this. Other yeah,
No.
that's I
I think he
don't.
was more focused in the next show as opposed to this one.
Yeah.
But Kenta ending up with a massive goose egg over his eye because of the kind of interaction with Suzuki. Getting a little pissy about it, but it's like, dude, you were thrown off a ladder, had your back cut up, your hip displaced, like, and Wrestle Kingdom. This little goose egg, least of your problems, my guy. Least of them.
But this is like again, absolutely phenomenal match. I'll give
Mhm.
Nakashima great. His struggling, his selling is so good. That kid is getting so good, and he's gonna. It's his work rate is great, but it's his selling that just makes you like
Mhm.
feel for the kid. That I'm just a big fan of him. But
Mhm.
this match is has set up at Multiverse United on March 30th,
Mhm.
Kenta versus Minoru Suzuki for the Strong Open Weight Championship. And I plan to be watching that on my TV and possibly coming from OLE an after show, which I might or might not be part of. So I'm gonna try.
The
If
multiverse
it ends
show?
up of the Multiverse United show, which is the Impact New Japan
Oh, yes,
show,
we've both been invited to this.
I'm hoping to be part of this because I'm hoping to have a giant crossover between us and making an impact. So
Yes, absolutely. Working with Astro Pizarro, Cody the Foe, Defoe. That would be amazing. That would
I
be
would,
amazing to work with Cody again. I haven't worked with Cody in years. Got
yeah,
to do
and
that. Real quick
this
to
match
ask you,
setting
my
that match
friend.
up. I'm excited for it.
Just real quick to touch on what you mentioned about the young lions and their selling seems to be something that the NJPW dojo, especially in the last few years, has really taken into consideration with that in ring psychology. Andre, how do you feel about the other lions? Not just Nakashima, but like we got Oscar Loibe, we got Bolton, we've got
With
Oiwa.
Loibe and Bolton, I think they're both still early because I
Mhm.
think they were later additions to this class of trainees. I
Okay.
don't think they're quite as seasoned yet. I guess Loibe is out of the New Zealand dojo, isn't he? I want to
Yes,
say,
yes, you
yeah,
are correct. He was in New
um,
Zealand, and then when COVID hit, he went back to Germany,
yeah, and then he came to. Now he's
New
with
Japan.
the main dojo, but like
Yeah.
they're both very good. It's just again they're learning their psychology, learning that
Mhm,
selling
mhm,
psychology, which they will I think get down pat soon. But they're
mhm,
both getting it. Like Bolton, I think is the greenest of them all. Again, he only started training like in the last six
mhm,
months or
mhm.
so. So for the fact that he's in there doing as good as he is awesome. But just these guys are going to learn Fujita, um, Oiwa here, Oiwa, Nakashima. They all have amazing selling. All three of them.
100%, 100%.
Same with those LA Dojo boys too.
Yeah, the White Rhino, the was it Alpha Wolf?
Look, yeah, Mr. Main Event now, but
Ah, yes, Eddie Thorpe.
yeah, yeah. Let's stay away from that one. But we
Oh,
move
we
on to
can
the
talk
next
about
match.
Thorpe. We like Thorpe.
I I was okay on him. Taking on his way to the next match, we have Chaos' Leo Rush, Toriano, and Yo. Leo is back, baby. With taking on Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, and Shingo Takagi. I'm very happy to see Leo Rush back because I love the guy. I think he has a great
Yeah.
attitude, brings the best out in Yo. Can't ask for anything better.
Um, Best in ring, yes. Best attitude, no. He's the bad child for a reason. Again, though, I've mentioned before, I don't like the attitude. I love the in ring performance, though. That guy is so quick, so good at what he does. things that the reverse, the turnaround, the speed that he has. I don't know how you train that. It just must be a natural thing that he has. But man, oh man, is he quick. The preview that he and Hiromu gave us, the taste of the match that they're gonna have, absolutely unreal. I will say, like, I do like that the combination of Leo and Yo has brought Yo a little bit more out of his shell.
Mhm.
Um, but now instead of looking like an emo angel like he used to, wearing the white with the white hair and stuff, he just looks emo.
I'm okay.
He just looks,
It looks better.
he
It looks
sounds
better.
like he would talk like this if he ever talked to you. Like, come on. Like,
That's
but
all I could think
his
was Mia
in
Quimby when
ring,
you said. All I could think was
his,
Mia Quimby.
his in ring has really stepped up. Like, he was good in ring before, but he's added a little bit of flair to it now, and it's a
Mhm.
lot more interesting to watch. Um, the spot with Yano and Shingo on the turnbuckle was absolutely hilarious. You guys got to watch it to see. I can't even appropriately describe it. You just got to watch this one to understand what happened. But that tag team with Bushi and Shingo in the end on
Mhm.
Yano there was absolutely smooth, absolutely great. It's just exactly what Lij is known for. That just seamless, non-communicative just action where they just know where the next one is going to be and what they need to do. I absolutely loved it. Andre, what do you think?
I thought really great match. I love seeing the Yo Leo roll back because I remember the first time we ever saw it, you and me went, "Oh, that's rough," because it was bad.
Yeah.
But they haven't worked together in a while, and it
Mhm.
completely smooth, perfectly smooth. There was no
It was
issues.
good.
I was very happy to see that rollback. Beautiful tope suicida by Bushi to Yo and Leo on the
Mhm.
floor. Like, just that guy moves like a goddamn rocket.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
And
yes.
and
No
yeah,
Bushi's
that
in the crowd.
yeah. But who wants to be a Bushi when you could be a
I do.
Leo? Who wants to be a Bushi when you can be a Leo? Come on.
But Leo doesn't have a mask. He just has horns right now. The way he's
It's the
braided
hair.
his
It's the
hair.
hair. You could just put a
The
wig
way
on.
he's
Look like
braided
Leo.
it now, it looks like he has ram horns to me. And that I want to touch on. I don't think it's this episode that we notice it though. I think it was like a little further. We will get to that later in the week. But
Mhm.
yeah, I have some interesting fun things to nice things to say about that.